So, week 3, half marathon training at 10. Recording this on Friday evening. As I've said in my previous blogs, next week's a family holiday, so the end of this week was going to be a bit of an off plan period, and then next week is totally winging it. But it's Friday as it stands, so Saturday and Sunday still to go for this week's training. Saturday there won't be a run, we're travelling, and then Sunday I'm going to play it by ear. I said last week that I hope to get a long run done today and a long run done on Sunday. I was originally planning sort of like 10 miles on each of those. 10 miles today, 10 miles hopefully if I can on Sunday. I'm going to see how that goes. It's going to depend on how the journey goes down tomorrow, what the weather's like. We're going to the southwest of England, and at the moment there's a good chance over the next 48 hours that will be blown away. So we'll see. But how's this training gone this week? It's gone pretty good. As I said, I've mixed it up a little bit to try and get the runs in, get the distance in for the week because of the loss of Saturday. But apart from, I did 10 miles today comfortably, kept it easy, got absolutely drenched. But it's good to get out there in the rain. Runs are never guaranteed to be dry runs, and races are never guaranteed to be dry races. So if you never run in the wet, when you get faced with a wet race, you don't necessarily know what to expect. It's not exactly massively different, but if you're not used to it, it can just throw you off your stride. So it's good to do. Two main runs I did this week. There was a tempo run earlier in the week, so sort of easy warm up, sort of heart rate zone 2, sort of 5 minutes, and then I think it was about 25 minutes in zone 3. It went really well. As I said last week, the sort of recovery from Race to the Stones, although I've been running, I've been doing my distances, and nothing's felt particularly difficult after I got past the first couple of days. I think now I'm finding actually my pace is picking up. My sort of post-run recovery is pretty snappy, and I think now upon reflection, I was a bit more sluggish. I was still suffering the effects of running 100k. What is only now 4 weeks ago, so that's really good to get that out of the legs. So tempo run was pretty good. Hills is the one I've added this time round for training. Same hill running as I've done the last 2 weeks. Exactly the same hill, exactly the same strategy. And as I've shared on Facebook and as I'll share on the web blog for this, again a little bit more improvement on times. First run I was averaging 4:30, 4:40 minutes per kilometre in my 1 minute uphill session, and doing that 8 times. Week 2 I was averaging more down in the 4:10s. I did one run hit just under 4, which is cool. And then this week I was averaging just over 4 minutes per kilometre, so most of my runs were 4:03, 4:04, that kind of time. I'm not sure there's necessarily as many big steps to be taken in the speed, but if I can consistently hit that's really good progress. Going uphill is harder than going on the flat or going downhill, and my flat all-out pace on 1 minute is about 3:20. So at the moment I think that seems pretty good. So things are going well. After next week, which is going to be probably just a few hilly 10-20k's with a big 50k run in the middle, which is going to be great strength and conditioning for hill running. Going to be back on the plan, same sort of thing, recovery runs, foundation runs of sort of very low or low to moderate effort. I'm going to try and keep hills in there as one of the hard effort runs during the course of the week, and just try and build up for those last few weeks before Windsor half, which is going to be the first race post the summer, and see how I go. Windsor, albeit hilly, is for some reason my PB half marathon course, probably just because of the timing, the weather on the day that I did it last year, and just how I felt. So, I'm hoping I can actually push it and get a new PB. I've done a number of halves now, 4 or 5, nothing massive. But Windsor remains, my PB course. So it'd be great to be able to go out there and get another PB, push it down towards the 130. If I could get a 130 something, or even just under 130, I would be absolutely ecstatic. That would be an amazing result. So we'll see. Other than that, I think I'm just enjoying getting out there, getting the mix of low effort, consistent running, mixed in with pushing it on a few occasions, whether it's going to be short intervals on the flats, whether it's going to be hill runs, whether it's going to be sustained 20-30 minute moderate to high intensity runs, or whether it's going to be doing a 45-minute run at half marathon pace. I think they're really important parts of training. Partly it helps build strength, it helps build conditioning, it helps get you to where you want to get to, but the other thing it does is it adds variety to your training. There's nothing worse with training if you go out and you feel as if it's monotonous, you feel as if you're just going round and round and round in circles. Ironically, most of my morning routes during the week are round and round and round in circles physically, but with a different intention of going fast at times, or going slow and steady at times, or short sharp bursts with recoveries in between, and that's what keeps it interesting. I go out 6-7 times a week, and I think if I didn't have that interest, even with a target of running a half marathon or whatever in a few weeks or a few months, it'd be hard to keep my interest. 5:15 when the alarm clock goes off is a hard push to get out of bed if you're just going to go round and round, just doing the same old thing, running the same times for the same distances. It's not so much fun. So, recommend it highly. My runs are based off of the 80-20 running plan, using the book by Matt Fitzgerald. I've posted that again before on Facebook and Instagram. It's a great book. It's heavy in places. It's not something that everyone's necessarily going to pick up and enjoy reading, but I think you can get the general gist of it by skimming through the book, and it gives you lots of information about different types of runs, different structures of runs, and then builds programs around the kind of runner you are in relation to your experience and the distances you're trying to aim for racing. And I think it's been a brilliant tool for me to keep me running as much as I've been running this year, make me feel as if as I'm getting older I'm not losing any particular speed. I'm still feeling confident and comfortable that there's still more in there, and as I say, it's not always easy getting out at 5:15 in the morning, but sometimes I know it would be a lot harder if it wasn't for the fact that I've got one of those more exciting runs, at a hill run or a tempo run or a nice gentle long run into the countryside that meets the programme. So that's where we are. Obviously, if I get a run in on Sunday, I'll add it to the blog. I'm probably not going to extend the video for that, but I'll be sharing plenty of pictures because it'll be out on the coastal path and it'll be something pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. So here's to another week of running.